Before this video starts, I'm just going to say that I'm not too confident in it. It's not like the last video, where the last video was kind of made on impulse. I've been thinking about this for a minute, but it's still something that I haven't really been able to put to words, so I'm freestyling it. I freestyle all of my videos, but I don't even have like a tiny little plan in my brain. I'm just going to kind of go with it. So anyways, if you can't tell from the thumbnail and the title of the video, the letter H has a lot of potential, which my hair doesn't right now. It looks terrible. The letter H has a lot of potential, simply because it can be tied between either hate and hope, which are two words that are kind of like the exact same thing, but they also, not the exact same thing, they're complete antonyms. And is that what it is? Antonyms? If that sounds wrong. Synonyms are the exact same, or at least have very strong correlation. And antonyms are, I think antonyms. I don't know. My brain's not working. That despite being polar opposites, they kind of lead to each other inevitably at some point. At least for me. Because most of the time, whenever I hate something, it leads to me having hope, simply because I know when I don't like something, I fix it. And most of the time when I have hope about something, it ends up turning into a wrathful hatred. And I got two examples of that, the second option in my mind right now. And the first one's smaller, so we're going to talk about that first, and the second one is probably going to be the main meat and potatoes of this video. First one, I was really hopeful about, I've talked about it a few times on here, the whole like TikTok thing, but I'm kind of starting to hate it just a little bit. Not even hate it, I'm just starting to hate people. Because the truth of the matter is that nobody ever cared about me before, and I pull up doing a stupid voice impression and wearing glasses, and all of a sudden, like literally half the women that see those videos are head over heels for me out of nowhere. And even now, modern day, if I look around in public, or even around the women that I actually talk to, no one wants me. No one cares, you know? Like, look around, nobody could care less about me. And I think part of the reason I resent the people so strongly is because, not resent, because I am very grateful for these people, but it's the fact that I know no one would have cared, and everyone's going to pretend that they would have cared, that if they saw me walking down the street that they'd say something. They wouldn't. That's just the fact of the matter. Nobody gives a shit about me. Nobody cares. And no one ever has. So for people to suddenly swap up because I slightly resemble a celebrity, a long dead celebrity, mind you, it's weird. I can't help but have a certain hatred for it. As much as I don't want to. It's because I know that they're not there for me. They're there for the caricature, and they don't care. Even if they act like they do, they don't care about me. They don't care about me. It's a sad matter. of fact. Second thing, it's not the first time I've talked about it, but I'm actually going to go in detail now because I've come to the realization that I was very derealized and very delusional, in thinking that this. No, I'm not. You know what? She played me, and I feel like a fucking idiot. I got played. Pretty damn bad. I got played. And I feel like I was used simply as a kind of filler arc in someone's life. Someone just to entertain them during that little situation. I was talking to a girl that I had a crush on for a really long time. Just never talked to her. And, I'm not a creep or anything, so I came in with the expectation of, like, it's just going to be friendly. It's just going to be friendly. I think she's pretty. That's as far as that goes for me. And that's not what the situation was. And I keep trying to convince myself that maybe, like, she was just a bubbly person or someone that treats everyone that way, but honestly, I don't think that. I feel completely like I got played because either it's that or she's stupid, because I was insanely obvious and I felt like she reciprocated several times. I mean, staying up until like 2 a.m. talking and flirting, that's not, that's a mutual thing. That's not something that only one person participates and the other person just sits there. Talking about plans for the future, that's not a singular thing, that's a mutual thing. It's like basically I was there to fill a spot as a placeholder in her life until she could get back with her ex. And it really is messing with my head because the theme of the video being H has potential for hope and hate. When I first met her, I cried because, not first met her, but like when we actually started talking and I felt like she was reciprocating feelings, I cried, not hard, like bawling or anything, but I did cry a little bit because I was like, I feel like I finally found someone that cares. I finally found someone that I could have trust and faith in that wouldn't disappear. Or play with heartstrings. And, I was wrong, very obviously, about that. And then I cried again halfway through. I was considering for this video I would have hate, hollowness, and hope as the threes. The 3 H's. This video went through a bunch of different changes in my mind, just what it would be called and the way it'd be set up. But I, like, about halfway through, I think we were up until like 2 a.m. And we had gotten to the point in the call where we had hung out for a really long time already, and we were kind of just sitting in each other's presence at that point. And it was silent. It was a very comfortable silence. I didn't feel like I had to break it up, but I wanted to. And as soon as I had the courage to say something, I lost it. I told her that I thought about her eyes a lot, which is true, and I still do. I told her that I think about her eyes a lot because they are very pretty. And before she could even respond, I heard her starting to talk and start a response. I panicked, and instead of letting it stay as something sweet and, I guess kind of romantic, I ruined it with a joke by saying that they were like cool swords, because I have swords and I like collecting swords and I think they're cool. And I said, instead of letting it have that potential of being a flirtatious romantic thing where I was like, I compared it to like a collectible. I guess. It's not what I meant in the moment. I just spouted something to kind of immediately isolate that potential. But I feel like that's really the only thing that I've done that I can look back on and be like, I was in the wrong for that. I mean, there's one other time where I felt like I was in the wrong for that, and I had practically been begging to play with her. I just wanted to hang out with her, and we would play Marvel Rivals together. And as we were playing, she was on call with one of her friends, just solely just focusing on the friends and talking about boys and stuff. And I was like, I just went radio silent. And then I left without giving an explanation. But the next day, I apologized. I was like, that was bad. Like, I shouldn't have done that. That was unfair to you after, begging you and wanting to hang out with you, just to be radio silent the entire time and then just leave. Like, I didn't know what was going through my head. I do know what was going through my head. A lot of hatred. Not for her. Never for her. And not even for the guys that she was talking about, for myself, for feeling like I put myself out there and I completely fumbled that. I felt foolish and stupid for simply trying to love. And I keep trying to tell myself that there's nothing such as spilt love. Like, there's nothing wasted. Like, sure, it wasn't reciprocated, but I feel like I made her days a little better. And she made my few days a little better. But for how long now are my days going to be worse? Because I got used to that, and now I'm going to lose it. Not going to, I have. I'm like, I seriously am. I'm losing my mind. I'm not sleeping. I don't know if it's obvious. I'm not. In the light there, you can see my eye bag. My face is bloated. Can't see it on the camera, but I'm breaking out a lot. Like, probably tomorrow morning it'll be a bunch of acne. Spending hours a day working out, and ignoring every pain physically while I do it, simply so that I can have something to really throw myself at. I mean, like, I've been training. I'm a martial artist. I have been for years. So it's rare for my skin, my calluses to actually, like, break. I threw so many hooks that my nail got pushed in and cut my thing. You can't really see it. There were a bunch of marks and cuts all over my hands, but they were small enough that they sealed over after like a day or two. I sprained all of my fingers. Not terribly, but I did. I sprained all of them. And I don't know. To Wednesday, I went on... to Wednesday, God. On Wednesday, I went to church, and I was talking to some leaders, some people that I actually feel like I could talk to. And I came to, like, a temporary solution that I was just feeling better about it, by talking about it. And I told him, like, dude, I ran for, like, over an hour, and I was on the bag for over 2 hours, and I got to the point where all the sweat on my face and the tears, like, mixed, and I couldn't tell which was which anymore. And I thought by admitting that in the moment that I would feel better all of a sudden. And the truth is, I don't. Very obviously, I don't. And it's like, great, this couldn't have been maybe like first week of summer. No, I got 2 weeks before school starts up again. I'm dual enrolled this year, so I'm starting college as a freshman. Um, I got all my. I have boxing to focus on. I have. Why am I forgetting? I have the TikTok and this to focus on. I I keep trying to tell myself that it's okay and that I don't want it to work out because I don't have time for a girl. Um, there were two things that I told myself. Was that one, I don't have time for a girl. Like it wouldn't have ended well anyways because I wouldn't have been able to actually be there for her. I feel like which I still feel like I failed to do. Um, no, I don't because I showed up. I did what I was supposed to do. I showed up. I did the things. I did everything that I was told was supposedly romantic. You know, a man who yearns earns. Who said that? What fucking idiot was behind that, right? Who said that? Who said that? Who started that? Because they're dead wrong. I feel like it's a CIA operative somewhere giggling at the fact that so many people have been convinced that yearning is a good thing. I hate this. I hate this. With full passion, I hate this. I'm going to talk about a lot of things that I hate right now, actually, because I feel like I need to get this out of me. On occasion of the TikTok thing, yesterday I was reading fanfics with my sister that our fans wrote about us, and one of them married my sister in the fanfic, and she doesn't have enough of a spine to say it, so I'm going to say it. The guy that married her was 14 years old and told her that he has a crush on her, and instead of doing the responsible thing and cutting off communications with that guy, she chose to ignore that he ever said that and continue on normally. And then he married her in a fanfic, so that's great. That's the second thing. Yeah, on the topic. I tried convincing myself that I have too much hate to even love. And I kind of think that's true to a certain extent. But I know it's not. Because I love a lot of people. And I know a lot of people love me. And it's just not the kind of love that I'm looking for. Like, to the extent that I know is true is that I know that I hate myself too much to hate anybody else. As much as I feel like I should hate her and hate her ex for ruining whatever potential we had, which I literally don't harbor any negativity towards either of them, because it would be unfair. Uh, I do know that I hate myself too much to hate anybody else. I know that I literally don't have room for it in my heart to care about anybody else. I can't hate anyone else the way that I hate myself. And I keep trying to convince myself, well, maybe if I throw myself into boxing, then I'll come across an opponent that I'll hate enough that it'll maybe even take away like just half of that, and then I'll feel a lot better. That doesn't work. I keep telling myself, hey, maybe if I do this, I do that, I'll stop hating myself. I reach this goal, I reach that milestone, or I'm a little kinder to myself and my thoughts and my words and the media I consume, the songs I sing. I'll hate myself a little less, and in all honesty, running from the fact that I hate myself has made me hate myself even more, and I can't really put it to words as to why, because no, there's no because. I can't put it into words, and that's all I can say about that. All right. And that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.